coming to you live from the Illegal Shift / One More and I'm Out of Here studios.
Slash. I thought we were going with the other one.
I'll throw them both in. We are here with you today.
Where is my commercial? Where's my commercial?
-1.
Show my commercial. Did you save it?
What commercial?
The one I did with the flames. Show that. Did you not save it?
I don't know if I saved it in here.
Damn it.
I have it. I just don't know if I
Why don't
saved
you
it
have
in,
it in
like in
here?
the studio in the media assets.
Because it's really cool.
As
Show
they
it.
call
I want
it.
everyone to see it.
Well, goddamn, Andrew.
Take it out.
We'll figure it out.
Take it out.
I'll figure it out.
Show it to me.
Next show.
Show it to me now.
Next show.
Damn it.
God, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
We are obviously the two best friends that anybody could have. We're missing one.
Besties.
Dan is.
You might notice there's a lot of room in the studio today.
I know.
Like
we do have a lot of room for activity.
I'm not sitting off here like a whatever. Zit.
Dan's on the radio tonight, so he was unable to.
Dano, we miss you.
Yeah, we always miss.
We
Dan.
do. No, but we have. It's funny that Dan's not here because did we not discover like somebody Dan used to go out with back in the day? I thought we were going to have that coming up. Is that correct?
That is correct.
See how payback's a bitch, Dan?
You should be here.
You should be here, Dan.
That way you can take care of your own shit.
Instead of dumping on me, Dan, it's now dump on Dan time. But that's fine.
Mr. Carroll did give us. He did give us some nuggets.
He's giving us the material
We're
going to use against him.
Even though
There's something wrong on that.
Even though he's not even going to be here.
Oh, jeez.
But no, it's a couple days since we've been back with you, and
hey, I hope everybody's safe. The river she be a rising here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, locally we are getting screwed with rain.
Nothing but rain.
So our friends Tim and Tina, who Tim has done our hats, some of our merch, and they're down in Florida, I believe, for Sun and Fun with a aviation deal. And she sent a picture, and our buddy Todd Sledge was like, "Oh my God, there's a sun and blue skies."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, that's just a painting. It doesn't exist. We have not seen sun in the last probably
week.
Yeah, probably the last week.
It's been raining since like Friday, Thursday.
So the river right now, I think, is at 58 feet,
and
going to crest tomorrow at 60,
which is pretty high.
That's the 1934 flood was 80 feet. It was at 34 or 37. I can't remember, but back in the 30s, it was 80 feet.
You know what? And if everybody,
that's a lot of fucking water.
Just watch it on the news. Don't. Here's a little PSA, as we say in the biz.
In the biz.
Stay out of the low-lying areas. Don't go down to Kellogg just to look at the river. There's people that are really trying to keep their businesses dry down there and trying to save whatever they can. And plus, EMS doesn't need to be called.
Literally just an hour ago, they were called for fucking water recovery.
You know what? What did I just say?
Exactly.
If they were listening to the program,
turn around, don't drown.
Well,
just what they say.
They do say that, but how about this? Don't go down there. I mean, how about that? Watch it on the news.
Idiots.
Don't go down there. You'll see, you see great dronage. Maybe we get a drone and go, somewhere above there. But, don't be down there messing around because nothing good happens. The water's nasty. I just pulled up a thing. It was nothing but logs and sticks. And I think I saw some teepee clinging onto something from Pittsburgh floating by. So it just, there's no reason to go down and look at the river. You've seen it before. Be safe. We don't need to send EMS down there to go pull your ass out of the water. They've got more important shit to do.
Correct.
Does that work?
Our buddy Jonathan Bates is in the chats. He created our thumbnail, which I love what he did because I gave him a very vague description of what I wanted.
He's like AI. You just give him a couple of keywords and he creates.
And he's awesome. It worked out perfect. Obviously, we have.
Why are we so zoomed in here? Just because it's the two of us?
Yeah, it's the two of us. I zoomed us in a little bit closer
because I could see things that I can't see before.
Well, I can't. I'm not zooming it out now. Everybody gets to see your.
How about you scamper up there and zoom us back out?
Your beautiful face.
Well, you know what? It's Sunday and it's kind of like, whatever.
But no, so I texted John. I said, I want Schumer and Tariffs.
Boy,
I gave him a very vague. Just do your thing. You just get out there and sing your song. And he gave us Amy Schumer, which I love.
You know what? My father.
I don't love her. I love what he did with it, with the tariffs and tyranny.
Love, right? You love the content, not
She's a dumb bitch.
My dad absolutely loathes Chuck Schumer. I mean, you say Chuck Schumer, my dad just has a reaction. So I giggle when you say Schumer. I can hear my father saying Schumer, Chuck Schumer, that bastard.
So let's dive right into this. So all these tariffs that have taken place, and everyone's freaking out about the stock market, which I didn't pull your Facebook, and I should have.
Of course you should have.
With ignore there,
the little chart.
Yeah, the chart. You see it, and it was like ignore here. It goes up, and then all of a sudden it drops a little bit, and everybody's panicking here.
Yeah. So
I think I did that pretty good on the camera.
I'll send it to you now. But here's the deal. So. Yeah, and it's not, someone pointed out, they're like, well, it's below that. Your chart's not accurate. Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to stay, up to the minute on your charts, right?
Exactly.
I mean, shit happens. But were you around? Do you remember? You probably don't, Jason. Were you? Let me ask you this. Do you? If I say the word Black Friday to you, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What am I talking about?
It was.
I don't mean a sale at the store.
It was a very bleak Friday.
So you don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I've heard the term. I'm trying to remember, and I'm just a little bit.
Okay, so it was. I don't remember. It was in the 80s. So I would say it was.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm thinking of something different.
No, wait. I want to say it's 80. No, it was 86 or 87. I can't remember if it was 86 or 87. It sucks that somebody will tell me. But anyhow. So it was Black Friday, and I was sitting there, and at that time I was just in college.
I've heard the term, but
right. So I was graduating college, and I was invested in the stock market, and I can remember that the market was melting down that day, and the people were just literally freaking out. I want to say back then, so whatever the stock market, I mean, I don't have the, I think the market's at 38,000, something like that, and God, I want to say back then. In the 80s, I think it was at 10,000.
Yeah, I mean that seems right.
Yeah, I think it was 10,000, and I think in one day it went down like 500 points, and people were like, "Oh my God, it's terrible," and blah 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 blah. I mean, hey man, this shit happens. That's my point. This shit happens. Markets fluctuate. This is not a financial show, and I'm not Jim Cramer, but.
We need the big fucking was it the bullhorn or whatever the fuck he has.
I mean, it's just don't lose your shit. You
got to stay the course.
The market is gambling. I mean, I don't care what you say. It's investing. Yes, I know it's backed by assets, blah, 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 blah. But it is also gambling in a sense. You're gambling that the price of that stock will go up in the future. And generally speaking, long term, yes, the S&P 500 does quite well. So, if you're going to take this, it's just more typical bullshit from the left. Anything they can do to Donald Trump bad, blah, blah, blah.
Everyone's freaking out.
Everyone's freaking out.
Their shit dropped because of the tariffs, and we're getting these reciprocal tariffs. Well, but then we also have
a lot of news on that.
And we also have, we've got fucking Vietnam saying, "Hey,
I sent you that picture."
You did?
Yeah, I sent you. Well, not only Vietnam, we have a lot more than Vietnam. So the first country that's lined up to sign a formal agreement on no tariffs, all right, none. They're going down to zero. Is which one?
Hold on.
No, I'm just asking you.
I know. Well,
I know you're doing two things at once. Is my buddy a place I love, a beautiful country that I would not mind going and moving to someday if shit gets no bueno here, but it's Argentina.
Oh yeah.
Milei has and Milei's done remarkable. Here's the picture. Jason found
there it is.
There's the picture. So Jason was talking about, it's like, don't freak out here, but lose your shit there. And if you look, there's lots of dips and turns and everything else. So it's not, guys, it's bad, yes, but the markets don't like uncertainty. And given what Donald Trump is trying to do, I guess what I'm trying to say is, in a real, like 50 Oh, I would have the same perspective right now. I mean, honestly, I'd say the same thing. Markets are what markets are. I mean, they go up and down. I appreciate your questioning something you don't know about, but yeah, markets go up and down. It happens.
It's funny. He's back.
He's back like that zit.
Is it
Like he
because
couldn't
Dan's not here?
Well, I don't know.
I wonder if it's because Dan's not here. I don't know who he hates more, you, Dan, or me. I'm not sure.
I think it's like a toss-up.
But he's back.
He's full of hate. I wonder if he was out Saturday holding a sign.
I mean,
maybe he was down at Washington Park with all his other buddies.
It absolutely is funny though.
But anyhow,
with the dip during the Biden administration, no one
freaked out. You know, you didn't hear.
And then it rose. And now all of a sudden we've got a little dip, but not nearly the dip that we had then.
Let's be fair.
And granted, it's early. It's early.
Well, but it's also not. It's not a financial show. But here's the deal: with all the money that was pumped into the economy, okay, by the Biden administration, everybody that has an inkling of integrity when it comes to the stock market said it's overvalued. There's going to be a correction. There's too many dollars that we're chasing. Had to be put to use somewhere, and a lot of banks that either couldn't loan the money or had the money sitting on the money said, you know what, let's put this in play, money markets, whatever else, and they bought stocks. It drove the prices up. So anybody that has any integrity would tell you that the market was overvalued and this is a correction. Question is it a long-term correction, a short-term correction? We'll find out. But I will say this: I had a list of the countries here, and I've erased it. I don't have it. But I think to date, as of today, there's like 10 countries that have come back to Trump and said Argentina is signing a formal agreement, I believe, tomorrow. But a bunch of countries, India, a very large market for us, potentially as far as trading. They're I think the second most popular state. Why do you do that? Don't touch my.
I'm trying to fix you.
Don't touch my thing.
I want your pretty face. I want your pretty face on.
I want to hide behind it. So anyway, I want to say 10 countries
have
agreed that. Well, I mean, it's like
you can move it wherever you
want.
I'll
be like Dan. I'll break it. India said that they don't want. They're going to sign a deal with no tariffs. So I think what's been happening. Here's my perspective. We've been getting screwed by every other country out there.
There's 170 countries that put tariffs on us.
That's right.
So
and Canada has a lot of them.
So we throw some tariffs out, and the left loses their fucking ever-living mind.
Donald Trump has spoken about this for decades, and he doesn't like the way we're getting ripped off because he's a free trade kind of guy. That's his shtick. That's what he likes. And I think that what you're seeing is obviously some response to it. I think that what he would like to get to, I don't think he wants to make money. I don't think that tariffs is the answer, but he's like, look, let's have free trade.
Negotiating tactic.
If you're gonna tariff us, we're gonna tariff you. How do you like it? Now, as I said before the last show, the wild card comes in with China and how they respond, because we get a lot from China, and it can hurt our economy. There's no question about that. Plus, if China gets wiggly, they're up to do something stupid when it comes militarily with Taiwan. And, I don't think that we're in a position right now that we want to go down that road. So whatever.
Well, let me play this video.
Anyways, Jonathan agrees with me, right? It's all about free trade, but he has to use the tariff to change the exactly right. Jonathan, well said. Thank you so much.
I'm going to play this video, and it's I have two, but I'm going to play this one first.
Which one is this one?
This is where the Schumer thing.
Schumer, that bastard.
But it's just so fucking.
And is it? And we're going to talk about these.
It's ironic.
Do we have Schumer and Pelosi, or just Schumer?
I think I've got just Schumer. I did see the Pelosi one. I could probably pull that one.
That's fine. Pull this.
The president directed his trade representative to increase tariffs under Section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974 on $18 billion of imports from China. This action will protect American workers and businesses from China's unfair trade practices. As you've heard, the president often say American workers and businesses can outcompete anyone.
Not the same video I was thinking. I've got two, like I said, two in a row.
That's cool.
But that was Sideshow Bob.
She's so great.
Biden's lady. But
I'm
ironic
gonna miss her.
where what she's saying, and then I'm going to play this one too.
Yesterday, the president made one of the dumbest decisions in history, one that will negatively impact every single American family, every single one. He's walking us into the dumbest and most avoidable recession probably in history. Look, I think the president's doing the right thing. China has been taking advantage of us for two decades. They're stealing our intellectual property, which means stealing our good-paying jobs. And I, frankly, am closer on this issue, not on many, but on this issue with President Trump.
Whoopsie daisy.
You know that?
What a fucking ass clown.
So I wonder if 513 has a comment on that. But
I'm sure he will.
here's the deal.
Sure he
So
will.
basically, what the Democrats are saying, it's okay when we do it, but when he does it, it's suddenly not okay. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly the way I'm taking it. Yes, we knew that, markets were going to take a hit. And like you said, it's not a financial show, but they were going to take a hit for a little bit. But they always do, especially
with uncertainty, which they don't like.
And a changing of the guard.
Right.
You have a changing of the guard. You have a new president in.
Right.
Yeah, we're not too far into his presidency. It normally happens that way, and then it will, once everything gets fucking settled out. Now, we are seeing more drastic things with like he's literally saying, we're putting tariffs on you.
Instead of threatening it, he's doing it. Right.
Yeah, he's actually fucking doing it.
Right.
And everything that he said that he was going to do to this point, he's done.
Yeah, no, he's
I'm closing the fucking borders. Guess what? You're out. You're
He's-
shipped the fuck out.
No question. No question.
And now people are upset because
wait a second.
We got somewhere.
Who's upset?
Left.
The leftists are upset.
The leftist.
And they're upset that what they were in favor of before, now he's doing. And I don't know if they're upset just because it's him that's doing it, or they're upset that it's actually being done. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if they were in favor of it before and it's getting done, they would be happy now. But just because it's him that's doing it, now they're upset. So I'm kind of perplexed. Maybe somebody that's on the left that likes to chirp a bunch of bullshit might be able to explain that. I'm not sure.
I would love to hear
but
it.
if I mean, logic isn't strong. Logic, not strong with him. Yes. Stupid he is. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes.
It's pretty good.
Thank
It's pretty good.
Good I am.
You are a troll.
Yeah.
You are a troll. So
Is
it
that
works
a new-
out.
Did you get a new sign up?
Yeah, just put that up.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Just put that
That's
up.
what all those holes in the wall were for
just-
like months and
I
months.
just
and
put that up today.
Yeah.
No, those were pieces of tape, you dick.
Okay, whatever.
You're a dick.
Not long time took you.
So we're talking. Oh no, I've known that for a long time. So with talking about
Where
Trump,
were we going?
Trump doing Trump things,
Trumpian.
we're gonna. Dan sent us this, even though he's not here today, but he's
Here in spirit.
he sent it to the.
We didn't show that girl that he used to
Not yet. No, not yet.
date. There's our buddy Zeke Arkham.
Yeah,
You
Zeke
can
Arkham.
find him on Instagram. He, for some reason, he doesn't do Facebook. Zeke was our guest a few weeks ago.
He is
and
fantastic.
He is a New York City policeman, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if he's New York City
or Long
like
Island?
proper, but
yeah,
he's
New
up
York
in the
area, New York area city policeman or New York area policeman. And Zeke is great, and we love what he says. So check this out.
This shit's funny as hell.
Status. And just to slightly push back on Mark, even if you tell me that, and you prove that they're gang members, I'm not so sure that I'm okay with them being sent off to be tortured in a foreign country, but I'll leave that aside. Fuck.
All right, Q-Tip, bet. Let's bring them all back here under one condition. And I haven't heard anyone who's actually accepted my terms, so maybe you'll be the first. We'll bring them all back here, but you have to house about 3 to 5 of these potential gang members. You know, I'm sure you have a guest room somewhere. If not, I'm sure you have a bedroom, and you will sleep on the couch. You, and if you're married, will sleep on the couch. And these gangbangers, potential gangbangers, will sleep in your bed. You have to house them and clothe them and feed them and take care of them and everything else like that. If you don't want them in your house, then we're going to put them in the house right next to you. So now we're going to put about 10 to 12 of them in the house next to you. Someplace where you're going to have to run into them every day. And they are basically going to be your problem. They're going to be your neighbors. They're going to live next to you. Whatever they do is going to directly affect you. So if you agree to those conditions, then sure, let's bring them back. But you are personally responsible now. And I haven't heard anyone who's actually accepted my terms because the liberal leftist problem seems to be, yeah, I want them here, but they're going to be somebody else's problem, not mine.
Right.
We're going to keep them out of my neighborhood, like Martha's Vineyard did.
Yep.
But they're going to be somebody else's problem. But I want them here, but they're not.
Just not here.
That's pretty much how it goes, right? Yeah. Nice try, Q-Tip. Nice try. Zeke Arkham, got your 6. Bye.
Fucking Q-Tip. I love that freaking name. Q-Tip is so funny because, I mean, it's just fitting. Zeke is great.
He is phenomenal.
He's great.
Anytime Dan reaches out to him or I reach out to him, he is super quick to respond. Hey, what's your take on this? He's like, oh wait, here, I'm going to send you a link.
His logic is right on the money.
But
and we're strong in logic in this show.
Well, he's aligning. He's aligning with us, and whether you think we're correct or whether you think we're incorrect, whatever.
Well, the funny thing is, it just shows the diversity of our thought. A lot of times people are like, oh, you guys are all the same. You just think the same and you look the same. I don't think you could say that for Zeke comes from a completely different background than us. And yet we're like-minded in our ideals and our principles and where we think this country should be going and what we should be founded upon, and at least what we were founded upon. And Zeke is a brother by a different mother, as they say in the gang land.
Yeah,
I guess.
multiple area
codes.
Who says
that?
Multiple area codes.
Brother
away.
by the different mother. Who says that? I can't.
Apparently you.
Apparently I do.
Apparently you.
Brother by another mother.
But no, he all the way up in New York, but he's become a friend of the show, and we've talked, at length. And
no, he's great.
I think that is a perfect sentiment.
Proud to call him a friend of the show.
Yeah.
I don't know him well enough to call him a friend, but I'd love to. And if I'm ever up in New York or if he's ever down here, he's got a place to stay at my house, and I'd like to go out and eat some good New York pizza with him because he probably knows all the good places.
He probably does.
Yeah, probably.
And
does.
we know you like pizza.
Okay. I'm gonna let that go.
The camera does add 10 pounds.
Well, it's like it's funny. It's funny that the left likes to claim that they're the home of diversity. Yet, last I checked, Donald Trump is the only president that's actually opened up his party to members of the other party in his cabinet and administration. I don't think it is a stretch to say that I'm fairly certain for most of his life, if not all of his life, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was a Democrat.
Correct.
And now he's part of Donald Trump's cabinet. And I'm pretty certain, call me a guess here, but I'm fairly certain that Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat. And now she's part of a Republican administration. Just for shits and giggles, I'd like to know on the flip side, what Democrat has opened up? Did Joe Biden ever have a Republican on? Oh, wait. You might try to say that probably you're going to say that, I don't know. Who might they say was part of his cabinet? No, nobody. Nobody. And then they'll say, well, he had Republicans come along for the January 6th hearing and blah, 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 blah. Well, that wasn't part of his administration as far as his cabinet goes. And that was more of a sideshow. As will be shown by all the investigations going on with January 6th show trial that was held in D.C. But I digress.
But you digress in a good direction.
Well, I just was thinking somebody out there with
it's
a
amazing.
Little rat brain might be trying to spin this in some fashion, but I just wanted to jump on top of it.
Well, and it is amazing too when you sit there and we talk about. Yesterday they had the hands off rallies.
Dude, I got to tell you,
the hands off rallies all across the country. 1,200 rallies supposedly are
organically
peaceful protests.
Well, I don't know. Tell the guy that got his face busted in Indiana. I think it was in Indiana. It might have been Indianapolis that the guy got headbutted by somebody. And he gets out of his truck with a gun because they had attacked him. And I guess it wasn't so peaceful. And the other thing is that organically, this is amazing how organically all these protests just started and ended at exactly the same time all across the United States.
So I saw,
so organic.
Personally, I saw a former neighbor of mine who is aligning with Cincy and the beliefs of the left and whatever, which is fine. You have that ability. You're allowed to do it, and I encourage you to do it. But I was seeing Facebook posts, they're organizing to get all the cardboard, posters made and whatever, they're rallying the troops
to make it good, to make it look organic. So they're making the signs
correct.
They're making, rather than their usual MO of having, pre-printed signs, right, that are professionally done. So they just got some paint out and they made the organic signs. Although usually what happens is the people that are going to the protest make the sign, not the people that are organizing the protest. There's a bit of a difference there.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like when you go home and you're like, Mommy, I need a sign. And you go grab some cardboard and you're like, here you go. Make your sign. Thank you, Mommy. And you make a little sign saying lemonade, 10 cents or whatever, What they did is they had somebody, some union thug probably, hey, Jocko, make these signs. So Jocko's making the signs to make him, no, use your left hand so it looks like it's homemade because you're writing too nice.
Yeah, you're right.
You're writing too nice. Make some signs.
Now, I think some of them are, while I think some of them are, we'll call it organic, your term. Some of them are, but a lot of these fucking people, not all of them.
No,
I'm going to say not all, but a lot of them are fucking paid.
No, a lot of them have been doing this. Well, look, and someone says, where's the proof? Well, you want to know where the proof is? If you go to either Facebook or Craigslist in those cities, you would have seen ads looking for people advertising that people were to be paid to be there. But here's the deal. I am not insinuating that everybody that was at one of these protests, even here in Cincinnati, was paid to be there. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the base people. So like, let's say you have 500 people that want to show up at a protest, right? And you get 500 people that are paid. Well, then suddenly you have that are paid to be there. Well, those people organize it, have the signs made, rally the troops, tell them where to be, or, get everybody lined up, and those people show up. So then you have 500, I would call them puppets, but that might be, rude to puppets. So you have 500 people showing up and you're 500 people leading them. It's much well organized rather than, people like when you do it one, you on this corner, you on that corner, let's spread this out, make it look like a bigger crowd than it is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that if it wasn't, and my other point is if the 500 paid people, I'm just using an example here, but if the 500 paid people were not there organizing that protest, it probably wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't. It absolutely would.
Because that's just the way it works. I mean, it's hard enough to get 10 people to show up on a corner, but whatever.
It's hard to get people to show up to any type of fucking meeting.
Anything. It's not paid. But go ahead, show what you got.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this fucking video this is from Columbus, Ohio.
I'm gonna that very conservative town.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
This is a hands-off protest to speak against so many of the programs that Donald Trump, the executive orders and illegal laws and other procedures that he's put into place. So it's hands-off education, it's hands-off veterans benefits, it's hands-off Social Security, it's hands-off U.S. aid, it's hands-off Gaza and Palestine. There's so many things to protest against. That's why we're all here. And I think it's that democracy itself is at stake. The balance of power, that Trump thinks he can do all this, that he is taking over the executive branch. And so that, to me, is the basis of all this. He wouldn't be able to do all this if our congresspeople would do their jobs and keep him in check. I think he can make a difference because I think there are a number of, particularly House Republicans, that are in very small, won by a very small majority. And when they realize the anger of people, not just here in Columbus, but in 1,100 protests around the country, that they're going to reconsider their blanket support for Trump's illegal moves.
Well, he was, what did you say? He was the something. Well, he was elected to be the head of the executive branch. That's what the president is. So,
Weird.
I mean, I hate to, she sounds like otherwise a fairly mildly and at least cogent person that could think, but
what makes me laugh is the fact that all I've heard was, oh my God, they're coming after USAID. They're coming after Social Security.
Well, they're not coming after Social Security.
They're not doing that. That is not what's fucking happening.
They have signs that say hands off. First of all, just a brief aside, if I might.
Yeah, go ahead.
Judging from the people I've seen at these protests, they don't have to worry about having hands on them.
Correct.
And in that vein, I think we have a video that we'd like to show.
I think we have it's a picture.
No, I thought it was a video.
No, it was a picture.
Oh, you just have a picture of that guy? Or is it a girl? Or it's a guy that... Wait, show that.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about this one, the one that you said that you had. This guy. God, I got to go back to my feet for everything.
See, this is what happens when you send shit fucking last minute.
No, it wasn't last. This one. That guy.
Oh, I got that video.
Yeah, we got that video. So like this person said,
that's where.
For example, this person doesn't need to worry about hands-on in any universe.
Fucking facts.
I mean, you should probably have his hand on his toothbrush. I hope it's not going to show a commercial.
Hey, friends. I just passed the Dunkin' Donuts, which is the most vague possible location I could possibly give you in Massachusetts.
Clever.
But, besides being near a Dunkin' Donuts, which places me somewhere in Massachusetts, I mentioned
what a clown.
I'm at the Hands Off Boston March, and it is the slowest march I have ever been in, and I could not be more happy about that, because that means that the streets between the park and City Hall are entirely filled with people who are here because they're very angry about what's going on, about Trump and fascism trying to take this wonderful country with all these wonderful people, and there are great chants going on.
Great chants?
And immigrants welcome here. Trans people are welcome here. Trans kids are welcome here. This is fucking Massachusetts, kid. Get your fucking hands off of it. All right. I'll say hi some more later, if I can manage to post this. Bye.
What the fuck?
Was 513 in Massachusetts?
I mean, when you
was 513? Hey, Cincy, 513. Was that you?
when
I just want to see that guy go suffering. Suck at that.
when
someone give that guy a carrot.
I saw that on your fucking Facebook feed, and I grabbed it, and then he sent it to me and Dan. I was like,
too late.
Already on it.
Already got it.
Already on it.
I mean, do you think that guy? I mean, I think he should be eating a freaking carrot somewhere,
dude. It's that,
and I don't like to make fun of how people look, but do you think that guy?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Do you think that guy has to, or girl, or whatever it is? Do you think that guy really has to worry about hands off? I mean, that's not what I'm thinking. But they say hands off Medicaid. He hasn't proposed touching Medicaid. Hands off Medicare. Hasn't proposed that. Hands off Social Security. Hasn't proposed that. He has gutted, or he's at least reviewing. And as I said personally, and I'll tell you this, which I haven't mentioned on the air. So I have a friend that does a lot of aid work. Imagine that, right? And in Africa, actually. And initially, the Trump administration came in. They said to them when they got in, they said, "Hey, listen, we're pausing all USAID till we can review it." Great. Or they said, "We're pausing it." And they were like, "Shit, what are we going to do? You know, we got these programs, blah, blah, blah." But the guys, it was like, we'll figure it out. You got a call quietly a couple of days later, and it was, "Hey, your program is safe. As long as it doesn't do this, or this." And some of this was DEI bullshit. And he's like, "Yeah, it meets all this criteria." So their aid was restored. So my point is, you're seeing the left freak out because the they're saying, oh, USAID, which we talked about how it's funneled back to the Democrats in a lot of, and politicians in a lot of examples, but it's being evaluated. So the waste is being cut out of it. They're looking at it. Instead of throwing money at a problem, they want to be efficient, because guess what? It's not their money. It's our money.
Most businesses do at least
review,
a valuation.
Yes. Cost benefit,
maybe
valuation,
maybe not yearly, maybe every other year. I don't know. I mean, I've never owned a business. You have, but you do a valuation.
Yes. You don't just throw money and say, well, if I spent, for example, let's just say, for example, in the very limited example, advertising. If I advertised at $500 last year, okay, right? I'm just using round numbers so some people could follow it. If I say $500 last year, at least I would then, and then this year I'm doing my budget and say, well, let me look at what how that $500 did. Is it worth it? Am I going to spend $500 this year? Or am I going to? The government doesn't do like that. The government says, well, we spent $500 last year, and we don't have zero-based budgeting, and our budget's going up by 10%, so we're going to spend $550 this year. What Trump and Musk are doing is they're saying, was that $500 well spent last year? That's what they're saying. And then are we going to continue to spend the $500 not to do these, any number of the programs that we've reported on, but that have also been reported on, like, is transgender gerbils, do they like cocaine or shit like that? I mean, it's just bullshit.
Transgender Guatemalan plays or
whatever. No, the Sesame Street.
You could throw
whatever.
You could throw whatever fucking adjectives you want.
It's just been ridiculous, one thing after another.
And they found it, and they found those things, and they're like, oh shit,
yes,
like we're spending money on this. So, I mean, the country has to be run like a fucking business. So they're doing a valuation assessment,
because at the end of the day, where we're at right now is, we're at $35 trillion in debt.
Barack Obama tried to do it.
Yeah, and it was okay, I guess, then.
But we didn't hear anything about it.
No, we didn't.
We just heard that he was going to do it, but you didn't hear any fucking results.
Well, because when Democrats do it to a Democrat, it's okay, but when a Republican does it, you have to be against it.
Weird.
And I'll tell you, they had.
So
we don't have examples here, but they had some of the speakers that were speaking in D.C. because there was a rally in D.C. as well. And man, I got to tell you, I mean, AOC. Talib, the other nut job. I mean, what's her face? This one here.
What's her face? Not going to work here
Talib,
anymore.
You got AOC. I forget that one's name, but anyway, they were all there hating on America and hating on Trump and blah 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 and some wacky ideas. And hey, man, I just don't get it. And I'll say this, and Jason and I talked about it briefly. Yes, for the millionth time, January 6th, which took place on January 6th, before Biden took the oath of office on January 20th, was a bad deal, was a protest, was a rally really that turned into a protest. That again, we think that I personally believe there was probably some agitators in the crowd.
There absolutely were. I will take that.
So listen, January 6th happened. I'm not, and it was not a good thing. And I'm here to tell you. But what you did not see after January 20th, you didn't see shit like this. Did you see the? Ilhan Omar was probably the one. Thank you. It was. Did you see after January 20th? Did you see a bunch of Did Elon Musk? Oh, no, because he was a Democrat at that time. So let me think of a billionaire that was on our side that was funneling money to our party, because we didn't have a George Soros type person. We had the Koch brothers, maybe. But were there national days of protest planned by conservatives in the United States against Joe Biden back in the day, back during his administration? Or did Republicans, for a large part, say, fuck it, I've got work to do. I got to go to work. I don't have time to go sit at a protest and hold up a sign.
I've got work to do, and I'm not just going to sit and wait for a check to come to my house
and be pissed off that check may not be coming. Let me say something else before you get to the next story. So, as you know, I was up in Michigan last week, right? Mm-hmm. And this area was just northern Michigan was really decimated. They said it was like 5 hurricanes worth of damage, and it really was, because I mean, power grid was just nuked, because every tree in the world that could fall fell on it. So besides that, power line gets up and running, and this is I was up there. I left Thursday. I would say probably in the area that I was at, there was probably maybe 40% of the people had power. It's cold there at night. Being in a house without power is not a good deal. They had a lot of aid stations open at high schools and churches with Red Cross cots feeding people, elderly people that just needed help, whatever, kids, young. They were feeding families. So I see on the feed, some lady was asking, well, when is the protest lined up for Saturday? And I said,
I saw that post.
I said, are you out of your fucking mind? You have people here without power, without food. There's aid stations open, and you're going to somehow go stand on a corner for an hour or two and protest what? Why? How about this? Now think about this for just a second. 50, 100 people. That's 100 man hours, okay? That could be donated to unloading trucks.
Correct.
Clearing brush, doing things, relieving of aid workers so they can maybe, I don't know, go home and take a shit, and have double ply instead of single ply like they have at schools. No one likes to poop at a school.
Fucking John Wayne paper.
Rough and tough, but it doesn't take shit off of nobody. But I mean, the point of the matter is, but no, they thought the Democrat Party of Michigan thought it was more important to go stand on the corner in an area, many areas that were decimated by an ice storm 2 or 3 days after the ice storm, and show how much they hated Donald Trump rather than helping their fellow citizens. And that is the heart of the Democrat Party. Rather than help, we are going to obstruct, and we're going to stand in people's way, and we're not going to help our neighbors. And then somebody goes, well, you don't know that they're not going to the aid station after. No, they're not.
They're not.
The point is that 100 man hours that are now wasted by you standing out there in the middle of nowhere with a goddamn sign that nobody gives two shits about. There, I've said it.
No, I saw your post when you said that, and how true, because we're going to roll through the same shit here with the flooding.
Correct.
Out east is going to get hit.
Well, West Virginia got hit pretty hard from what I'm seeing, and out east is, yes, you're right,
going to be really difficult.
There's going to be people hurting,
but there's going to be people fucking wanting to protest against the Democrats. Are going to want to protest against.
It's more important,
all the tariffs, all this bullshit.
Right. It's more important than rather than go work it, and they're like, well, it's just an hour. It's just an hour. You have 100 people there. That's I realize you don't know economics and you've never run a business. But that's 100 man hours. Am I right? If 100 people, Jason, let me ask you, if 100 people show up to unload a semi truck for an hour, that truck will get unloaded, won't it? In no time.
Jiffy quick.
But they're going to go stand in Washington Park and hold their signs up. Hands off my uterus. Hands off. I don't want to touch your uterus.
Hands off my Social Security.
Hands off.
Which isn't fucking getting taken.
Right.
You dumb motherfuckers.
And there's video after video of them going through the crowd and asking people, why are you here? And they're like, well, I don't like Donald Trump. Well, I know you don't like Donald Trump, and there was an election for that, and you lost. So deal with it.
Correct. I'm gonna play this one. No, it's fucking perfect.
This is one of the greatest videos, and we're gonna comment on after. If you haven't seen this video from a Democrat protest, you're in for a treat.
Protests gone wrong.
Wrong. That was really fucked up, and that's going to be dealt with.
Ooh.
And this person's going to be okay, and we're all here.
So I want you
that's going to be dealt with.
Before you tell me,
really
before
up.
Someone says that wasn't a Democrat protest, look in the back, hands off. See the hands off sign?
Yes.
And then if you look on the left-hand sign, you're going to see the little heart with the Ukraine colors, right? And saying democracy, this is what democracy looks like. So, I've said it I've said it so many times, I'm blue in the face.
Liberals Will Gray says that was not wrong. That was right.
That was just right. So look, liberals cannot control their emotions. It just is what it is. Liberals are emotional. Conservatives are more, I would say, Vulcan-like, logic, reason for the most part. But liberals they get sensory overload. That guy walked up there. I couldn't tell what she was saying. Was it? I mean, can you play that again? Maybe we get some help from the crowd.
I think I dropped it.
Did you drop it?
I think I dropped it.
If somebody knows what she said, like, I want my Big Mac.
Fucking David J said Sean Connery would be proud. And I'm pretty sure that he is referring to every once in a while you need to rap on the beak.
Well, but I mean, I'm trying to decide what she said. I can't remember what she was screaming.
I was trying to fucking hear it. Because I played it a couple different times. I couldn't.
Maybe she didn't get the right sauce with her McNuggets. I mean, what could make somebody that upset?
Well, do you see the overall she was wearing? The fucking
don't knock overalls.
The fucking straps that she had over her shoulder.
They were titanium.
They were fucking
they'd be strong.
They were screaming.
Aye, a wee bit too strong.
We're gonna try this. Andrew and I were talking about this before we started.
This is our ad?
Yeah, we're gonna try this. I'm gonna let the ad read
just for a little bit.
I'm gonna let it play
because it's so great.
Then I'll do the ad.
So we'll do the magic first, and then we're gonna add the voices.
Because Andrew is very, very
I was proud of the other one, and you haven't shown it yet.
He's happy with himself.
Whatever. See,
what'd you think?
Great? I thought it was great.
What'd you think?
It was like the magic.
We'll figure it out in the comments. But that's our ad for our buddy Kevin Murphy Engraving. And Dan wrote this copy. I'm just going to read exactly what he wrote. But there are times in life when it's good and often necessary to have things that are the same. Something like car parts should be the same. The ammo for your firearms, fast food. All the same.
Yeah.
I want a burger, my favorite drive-through in Anderson, to taste the same. It's the one I get at Mineral Springs, Arkansas, which I have no idea where he grabbed Mineral Springs.
Throwing these weird places in there, but that's
I love it. I love it though. But what about when you need something that's not the same?
Right. Make something different.
That's when you check out our friends at Murphy Engraving. Brothers Kevin and Brian Murphy have been creating one-of-a-kind gifts, business items, glassware, keepsakes, and more since 2022. Murphy's laser engraving and customizing transforms anything made of wood, plastic, slate, or stainless steel into something unique, worthy of being treasured for a lifetime, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me say something. Well,
do it.
Put the graphic back up there so they have the phone number.
I will.
So you should probably say the phone number.
I will.
But I'll say this. Listen, you go out and you buy your mom or significant other or somebody a picture frame, and they're like, oh, that's great, blah, 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 and they put it on the mantle. But you go out and you get that frame. Are you showing it? Because I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Show the other one with the phone number. But anyway.
I'll throw it on the banner.
Yeah. So here's the deal. You go out, you get a picture frame, and you engrave it like To Mom, Love, Elroy, and they are going to keep that forever. And I mean, I'm telling you, it's a way to personalize something. I'm not being over dramatic here because this is our sponsor, but I'm just saying you can take the most simple thing and you engrave it with a personal message, and it becomes priceless.
Yeah. And you throw him an idea, you throw Kevin an idea, he can figure it out. I don't do it nearly as well as Dan does because Dan's a radio guy.
He is a radio guy.
But we also had like 3 different things we were trying to do.
Right.
With this because I wanted
Well, there it is right there. It's perfect. 616-6463, area code 513. And like I said, I could tell you from personal experience, you guys, someone's getting married, instead of getting your groomsmen, just knives or flasks, You get them flasks that have their name engraved or their initials engraved on it. And I can tell you, I still have stuff that was engraved to me. And this laser engraving is amazing because it can do a lot of materials that couldn't be done before. And the detail is what is truly amazing. You could put photographs, you can etch photographs into materials that you didn't think was possible. So I saw the glassware that he did for the Fireman's Festival coming up with the logo from the Fireman's Festival, the crystalware. It is some pretty cool stuff, and I highly recommend. It is a veteran owned company. Correct. And it's local. So we're all about local, and we're all about helping veterans because Tuesday, for example, I will be on another that you were bitching about, but it's
I'm going to bitch about it again.
No, you're not. Because this is called your
on the internet.
Evaluation
on
period.
the internet. I want to be involved.
We will find a way to make you involved, but I will say that
I did want you to talk about that.
We're going to get another honor flight heading out on Tuesday, the first honor flight of the year. I'm a little concerned because the weather in DC is supposed to be, I think the high is 43, and everyone's like, well, that's not cold. I've got an older crowd. Okay.
43 for older folks.
43 for older folks is a little bit on the cold side. But we're taking a whole plane load full of veterans to DC for the day. And I would like to remind everybody once again, I don't know, did you see the commercial I made? It was fantastic once again. But 9 o'clock, if you can be at CVG, level C, to the right of the hallway that 9 p.m. You can partake in the welcome home ceremony. If you have not done it, I highly recommend it. And really
very cool.
Very cool. And you know what? Bring your kids because kids love parades. And this is a parade that we have indoors in the hallway that leads from the ticketing desks to the rental car place. You'll see 1,000, 2,000 people there welcoming these veterans back. And I think it means a lot to every veteran for sure. But the ones that it really, really, really touches more than any other are Vietnam veterans because they never got the welcome home that they were so deprived of and really deserving of because the country was a different place back then. And the Vietnam veterans were treated poorly, and it really heals a lot of wounds there. So if you can, try to make it out to CVG for our welcome home ceremony for the Honor Flight Tri-State.
And wherever you're at, because they do them all over the country.
They do. If you're somewhere else,
I actually just saw a buddy of mine,
different days,
who retired, moved to Florida.
Yeah,
he is part of the Lee Collier County Honor Flight.
Yeah,
so he's.
It's funny when we go there.
He'll be there, and I'm assuming the same time, but
they're all different. Every because we can't all be in DC at the same time, but. It's funny that I've been there plenty of times and we've met honor flights from all over the country, and we all have different color shirts, and it's good because there was a time we had, I want to say,
in case you lose an elderly.
It's all color coded, man. I mean, you see a guy, you see 10 old men in a green shirt, and you're like, I don't know which one's mine. Or a yellow shirt. So
I was given one goddamn job.
One job. Just go make sure you didn't leave anybody behind. You don't want to get on the wrong
14
bus.
hours of a job.
Well, California, for example, we met a group. We were at the World War II Memorial with a group from California, and they were all in, I think they were in blue and red shirts, and our shirts were yellow. And they were there, though. California spends the night. Cincinnati, we don't. So could you imagine some poor guy from California getting on the wrong bus? He ends up back in Cincinnati, Ohio that night. He's like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, I don't know. And then we got one of our Cincinnati guys.
I've never heard of Skyline chili. What is this bullshit?
Why are you putting chili on spaghetti? Whatever.
But no, I love the fact that you're involved with that. Hopefully you can get me involved. But
you want to be involved? Come tomorrow night or Tuesday night, 9 p.m. CVG, and you can welcome a lot of great people home. And
yes.
I usually, honestly, I can't say enough about it because it's such a great organization. Our local chapter is so well run. Honor Flight Tri-State, Tom and Cheryl Pop do a great job. Running it, organizing it. They were the originators of it. And now we have a board of 9 people that are running Honor Flight Tri-State or trying to, help us take it to the next level, help them. And I couldn't say enough nice things about these people. And just selfless people that really give to the veterans. It's all about the veterans.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an amazing thing,
right,
to get those guys back.
And we're primarily now. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what the makeup is. I won't know till Tuesday, but I would say that we're going to be mostly Vietnam. I would say, if not all. Not all, but we're mostly Vietnam, and everyone's
right.
and please don't think, if you have a senior, that's the other thing I'll say here. So you have somebody, go to honorflighttristate.org. You can sign up to be a guardian, or you can also register your veteran. And you don't have to, this is not combat related or theater related. If you served in the military, and you're a veteran, you're open to go to Honor Flight Tri-State to see these memorials. And the way we hit all the memorials in one day is really great. We used to have police escort from the airport to every memorial. Hopefully we can get back to that day. Under the Biden administration, that ended. I hope we can maybe get that back, because we shave literally, if we're there in DC for 8 to 10 hours and you're stuck in traffic for 2 hours, that's a pretty big chunk of the day.
Right.
So if we can get that back, that would be wonderful. But it's still a great day, and we try to keep the I'm comedic relief on a lot of buses, so I try to keep the veterans entertained with stupid facts about what we're passing and stuff like that. I give a little DC tour.
Oh, look at you.
I know. Special.
I'm gonna
funny.
I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Andrew, where is the weirdest place
here we go
you've ever had sex? Weirdest place.
You didn't tell me this was happening
You're
today.
right. You're right. This is weirdest place. You're old. You've had a lot of sex. Your wife doesn't listen, so it's fine.
I don't know if I want to answer.
Weirdest place. Come on.
Now there was. I will say this. I can be funny here, because there was an episode of. Remember the show, The Dating Game? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that show? Do you know where I'm going with this?
In the butt, Bob.
That's
in the butt, Bob.
Where's the weirdest place you ever said? In the butt. Not what he meant.
Location. Not anatomical.
No, I know that. A beach. I'll just say that.
Okay, a beach.
How's that? I'll just keep.
I'll be and mine's kind of very vanilla. Just backseat of a car.
That's easy.
In a random parking lot, whatever.
Class act.
Well,
Mr. Class.
You want to talk about class,
Mr. Class?
You want you're leading right into it.
I mean, nothing says class like the backseat of a car.
Nothing says class like these motherfuckers.
Oh, I know where we're going with this.
Florida duo caught having sex on top of a grave at a historical cemetery. You fucking idiots. 2 people were caught engaged in sexual activity on top of an unmarked grave at a historical cemetery in Florida. And what was found with illegal drugs? Shocker. If you see the picture.
Meth?
Weird.
Can you say meth?
Trooper W.R. Kelly of the Florida Highway Patrol said he saw a man and a woman, later identified as 46-year-old Stephanie K. Wegman and 38-year-old Joseph Luke Brown. Yeah. Got three fucking names. You shouldn't me? Having sex at Wild Cow Cemetery in Sumter County.
You know what?
She's a looker. She's a looker, buddy.
You know what? The funny thing is what bugs me. I saw this story, and I.
So I'm trying to pull some other shit outside of politics into the show, because I found this, and I was like, yes.
I do a lot of work down at Hillcrest, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a lonely place down there. It's really quiet, but I got to be frank. Never. I mean, just never, ever would I be like, hey. You want to meet me down at Hillcrest? I never had to chase anyone off from Hillcrest Cemetery for getting jiggy with it on some grave. I mean, that's just weird. I mean, that's just creepy weird.
Fucking James McGee says, you're not supposed to do that. That's normal down here in fucking New Orleans. Louisiana.
I'm looking.
He's in Lake Charles. Louisiana.
I'm looking forward to being down there because I just love the food.
Fucking
that's
nothing says hot like a necked hat.
I know. Angie, I think,
and she's 10 years older than that dude. So what's he look like?
Well, the question is,
we don't have a picture.
You know, drugs kind of make you look older than you are. She's probably in her 40s and she looks 50s.
46. She's 46.
Imagine that. Right on the money.
46.
Boom.
With a fucking sweet neck tat.
Sweet neck tat.
You fucking piece of shit. Fucking on somebody's grave, somebody's family member.
How do you know they didn't? Well, it was unmarked. So
Come on, people.
I just it's not as classy as the backseat.
We got 2 more videos to
now.
Get through.
Are we? This is getting back to the Democrat Day of Rage.
Yeah, we're gonna go to that one, and then I've got something Dan sent for you.
So this is
since he wasn't here.
This is showing, just in case you guys didn't make it down to one of the Democrat rallies that they had.
This guy's fucking.
This is typical of what you probably missed.
Batshit crazy. Make sure that's on. Let's make it big screen.
Ooh, so big.
Charge of rape. He is credibly alleged of having raped a 14-year-old girl. Is that what you want for your president?
Absolutely not. Right? Yeah, which one are you guys talking about?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
You're good, my friend. You're good.
I was talking about our alleged president, our fascist, Nazified, idiot, moronic.
The Mango Menace?
Break our NATO alliance, turn our allies against us, steal our money, throw 71 million people off Medicaid that people depend on. 71 million people. Is this what you want? Do you want money taken from your grandma? Do you want to not support battered women and abused children? Is that what you believe? Stand up and say it, fascists. Stand up and say it. I'm standing up and saying what I believe. You stand up and say what you believe, and not platitudes, and not idolatry. Let's hear ideas. You have no ideas. All you have is hate, racism, stupidity, and greed.
What,
who had more hate there?
Did he answer the question? Because I mean, she said, "Who are you talking about?" And he just went on this rant, and then the genius behind him chimed in, the Mango Menace, which I thought that was pretty clever. Hey, did you see the story? Speaking of Mango, well, you're going to show the other one, but did you see what? Just talking about Mango Menace. Did you see where CNN was flat out busted for putting an orange filter on Trump? They had the side-by-side Fox feed and the CNN feed. I'll send it's on again. My feed is show prep, but CNN was caught cold busted.
No shit.
The CNN video was on the right. The Fox video was on the left. He's not orange on the left-hand side. CNN feed, he's got an orange tint to it. And the funny thing is that no, I'm not shitting you, and that's fine. I'm just saying people need to know what's going on, because these people probably just watch CNN and listen to NPR and God knows what else. I mean, they're probably watching The View, a couple other really intelligent shows.
So since Dan's not here, and we're going to close out the show, but
is this a dig at me? Because I'm going to be pissed.
Probably.
God damn it.
Well, it may or may not be.
It will be.
It may or may not
How
be.
can he get to
All right,
wait a second.
So,
wait,
hold on.
Hold on. How can he get to dig me if he's not here? That's what I'm wondering.
I'm going to play it, and then you figure out whether it's a dig at you or not.
Or I can spin it?
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I actually don't think it is.
Well, what did he send it to? What did he say when he sent it to
you? More light reading for Pappas.
Jesus Christ. Wait. Okay, this is the book.
Yeah, you have it.
Yeah, right.
But all right, so you've got Honor Flight Tuesday. So
yes.
So maybe you and I go Wednesday. What's your Wednesday look like?
It had to be later, like 5.
Okay.
I should be.
Because I think he may or may not be on the radio. If he's on the radio, then we will be back Wednesday.
So we'll have to take another shot at him when he's not here.
That's
terrible. I feel bad, Dan.
We will find some shit for him.
True. I don't feel anything.
But we're gonna close it out with this. Dan sent this, and I thought it was pretty impressive for fucking Dan, actually.
Show prep. Oh my god.
Do you want to play with my box? Do you want to play with my box? By the Capaldi Brothers. Hey, Maria, do you want to play with my box? Sure, Sally. Wow, your box is super cute. Compared to yours, my box is completely bare. Uh-oh, here comes those boys who are always playing with their balls.
The fuck?
Sally's face. Hi, Sally. Can we play with your box? No, thank you, boys. I'd rather just play with myself.
For the audio listeners, this is a child's book.
Aw, come on. What if I just poke my head in your box?
What is?
I don't think so, Louis.
What is?
And besides, your head is way too big.
Way too big to be in my box.
You know, Sally, if you spread those flaps open, maybe I could squeeze inside. Sorry, Chuck. My flaps are sealed tight, and they're staying that way. Good for you, girl. Oh, all right. Hey, Maria, can we play with your box? She's like, wait, what the fuck? Not a chance, Louis. Your dog licked my box yesterday. Your dog licked my box yesterday and got it all wet.
I was fucking dying. Whatever.
Fine. Then you should probably stay away from Billy Johnson. That kid has a tiny wiener. Please, Maria, I'm begging you. She's like, oh my God. All Chuck and I ever do is play with each other's balls. Wait, I know. Hey, Sally, maybe we could fit in your back door. God,
Here we go.
Not give it up. Absolutely not. Come on, Maria. We don't need those boys. Let's go play at my house. That sounds like a great idea. And you know what else? We can slide our boxes together and fill them with our toys.
Oh my God. This is a book.
Do you want to play with my box?
Yes.
No. Don't want to play with your box.
That's for fucking Dan Carroll. Dan Carroll said
Dan,
that. You sick son
you
of a bitch.
sick bastard.
You sick son of a bitch.
First of all, who makes? I mean, whatever. After that last book that had me just rolling. I mean, is this real?
Fucking Will Grace said, are they eating box too?
Oh my God.
I was borderline impressed when he said it. I was like,
I mean,
it takes the levity out of the politics and gives something else to fucking laugh at.
It does, but here's kind of where I'm going with it. I mean, it's like, can't kids be kids anymore? You know what I'm saying? I mean, why do they have to spoil everything? I mean, I know that's fuddy-duddy. Give me a break for a second, but I mean, the book is mildly humorous, but on the other side, I'm like disturbed. I'm like, let kids be kids. How about reading Winnie the Pooh or
some kid is actually going to read that and be like, "Oh,
Mom, I don't even want to go there. Just let it go.
Mom, are you playing with Karen's box?
Stop front hole. I don't want to hear front hole.
Yeah, the front hole.
The front hole.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that back. Yes.
100%.
God damn it.
100%. I've got a new thing. Whenever I want him to shut up, I just say 100%.
100%.
It's a front hole.
But we will potentially be back with you guys Wednesday.
With no more, Carol, lay off the frickin', Dr. Abuse or whatever. It's not Dr. Seuss. It's Dr. Abuse. I mean, let's not.
That's pretty good.
I just came to me.
Oh,
I know.
You should patent that.
I should. But
Trademark it.
It's like there's so many thoughts in my head. Don't be sending any more of those, and don't be reading that
I'm
shit.
sure I'm gonna look for as many as I can.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if your kid fuck around, find out. It's like, right. What if your kid comes home from school with that book? I'd be pissed too. I'd be like, you know what? Which is why, to segue, you're always politics. Man, school boards matter. This kind of shit is the kind of shit that ends up in your
gets in the libraries.
This is the kind of shit that gets into your libraries, and then you're wondering why your kid comes home and wants to know about boxes and balls, and you're like, what the fuck are they teaching you at school? How about X's and O's and plus and minus? But whatever.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody that was here today.
We do,
as always, and
Miss Dan.
Remember,
we feel like this desk is ginormous without Dan here.
We always miss Dan.
Dan's girth is not here.
Remember Murphy Engraving for all your engraving needs.
Remember Tuesday if you're not doing anything.
Tuesday, get down if you're in the Cincinnati area. Get down to the
CVG,
airport.
9 p.m. ish. I would go earlier, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But we'll see you probably Wednesday around 5ish. But I'll keep you posted. But we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Like button, pound that like button like it's nobody's business.
Yes.
Speaking of boxes,
like it's your box.
Like it's your box.
Pound it like it's your box.
Pound it like your box.
See ya.